Okay, is my screen visible to you people now?
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay, then let's wait for a
Yes,
couple of
ma'am.
minutes and let's see if other people join us, and then we'll begin.
Okay, ma'am.
I request the training coordinator to give me a green signal. We can begin. Morning. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, thank you, sir. I guess we should begin. Do not jump upon the topic. Make the utilize the time given to you and think over. See, preparation time is less, but when you're there on the dice, you can start systematically. Don't plunge. Take time. Take time to analyze, take time to understand, take time to think over, and then begin. Organize your thoughts properly. Organize your thoughts. Very, very important. Because sometimes what happens if we are given some very, very simple topic, let's say somebody talks about, okay, pollution. If you're given a topic, pollution, you have a number of things. Okay, there are types of pollutions and how pollution is harmful to earth, how pollution is harmful to human beings, to other life, how do we fight it. So you have so many thoughts in your mind that you just start blurting them out. Believe me, just blurting them out in an unorganized manner
Sorry to interfere,
will not
Bhavna
solve
ma'am.
the problem.
Someone's mic is
Yeah, please.
on. Please ask them to switch off their mic.
All the
Thank
participants are
you.
requested to please Sheetal ma'am for letting me know. Okay, as I said, organization of thoughts is very, very important. See, there is always a proper beginning, a proper middle, and a proper end. Everything starts with a definite condition, and then it grows up, and gradually it comes down to a proper closure. So organize your thoughts. Like even if you're talking about something as simple as pollution, something as known as pollution, you need to start with, okay, what pollution is, how does it affect, what are the different types of pollutions. That means step by step you need to think over, organize your thoughts properly, and then start with your extempore. Only then extempore. So this is actually the map that you are expected to follow whenever you're going to speak anything to you.
Bhavna ma'am,
Yes, please.
hello. Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
Manoj
yes,
Nikam here. Ma'am, you just
yeah.
change your slide into presentation mode.
I have done.
but we
Has
can
been
see
stuck
the
with the
left
very
hand side
first
other
slide
slides.
only.
Yeah. Yes.
It is from my side. It is on the presentation mode. It is on the slideshow mode. Yes, it is, and from my side, it's visible this time.
Now it is, ma'am, but it is not with full screen mode.
So from my side, it is okay. I'll reshare it because from my side, it is on full screen mode. Just a moment.
Okay, fine.
So now is it okay? Now it's in the full screen mode.
No,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
No,
From my
ma'am,
side, it
because
is.
you have to select the option for whole screen share.
Press F5, ma'am.
I have done F5 only, and I'm doing that only.
Ma'am, instead of sharing the particular screen, better you share your desktop, and then
I
you
shared
click
entire
this.
screen, but when I'm sharing the entire screen, I'm not getting that share option. I'm getting the share option only when I'm sharing the application window.
Computer screen is not able to be shared for the full screen mode.
Okay, hold on. I'll try again. I'll reshare it.
Desktop.
Now
Yeah,
it's okay. Now is it okay?
Yes,
Now it's
ma'am.
correct, ma'am.
Okay,
Absolutely fine.
fine. Okay, okay,
Thank
fine. I guess it's only about resharing, and resharing that it gets correct. Okay, anyways, fine. I'll get back to the previous slide for a second. I was talking about the map that is required to present an impromptu properly. And before you get upon the dais, before you stand in front of people and talk about the topic given to you, there are a lot of questions that you have to consider. Here on this slide, I have written down multiple WH questions. If you remember your primary years, when you were in primary school, you were told 5 wives and 1 husband. The question words were taught that way to primary students. Now, these 5 wives are who, what, when, why, and where. Now, when you are presenting anything, it is not just about extempore, it is about anything that you present in front of an audience. You need to understand who your audience are. I continuously keep on reminding my students that whenever you are going to talk to anybody, see who is it in front of you. Analyze your audience properly, their age band, their knowledge structure, their social status, their the situation they are in, and considering everything, you have to prepare your speech. If it is like if your audience are people who know much more than you, maybe your professors or your seniors in corporates, then you can assume, okay, they know this much, and you can begin from this level. You don't have to begin from A. Maybe you can begin from E or F. On the other hand, if as a professor you're talking to the students, you need to understand that okay, my students, their understanding level might be at a lower platform. So you might need to begin with A. You cannot straight away jump to D, E, and F. So see who your audience are. Then accordingly, you have to design whether your speech has to be very, very formal or it can be informal. If it is, again, if it is seniors in front of you, it has to follow a certain decorum. It has to be very, very dignified. On the other hand, if there are students in, please mute yourself. You're disturbing others as well. Please mute yourself. Okay. If you have students as your audience, then you can be little informal. I am not saying that you can forget the dignity. You have to be dignified, but then little informality can be included in your speech. So see who is there in front of you. Then what you're going to talk about, what your topic is. Deal with your topic properly. Understand the topic properly and see how you can make the best of the topic. Whatever best you know about the topic, and think over. Sometimes it happens that we don't know the topic precisely. Like if and sometimes some such abstract topics are given to you that, okay, what should I speak about it? Let's say the topic is that is given to you, let's say poverty. Now, poverty is something that, yeah, we have read a lot about, but what to speak about it? So you need to understand how you can mold the topic. Or let's say the topic given to you is cricket. Now, I'm sure you people know a lot about cricket. Many of you know a lot about cricket, but there might be few who are not much into cricket. They don't know much about cricket, but then they can mold the topic and then they can relate it to the sentiments created by cricket. And I'm sure everybody knows that. Everybody understands that cricket is a religion in India. So it can be taken to another level. Your topic can be molded. Although relevance has to be maintained, but still the topic can be molded according to your comfort level and how you can present it effectively. The third W, the third question word is when. See at what time you are making the speech. When are you making the speech? Is it the time when people have just had their lunch, they're a little drowsy, they are not in the mood to listen to you? So just wake them up. Include some funny elements in your speech. Make them laugh. Make them be little active. Or if possible, you can ask them to stir themselves up to some extent, like however it is possible. uh, if it is like, okay, early in the morning, you know that people are fresh, make use of that. So when are you making the speech? The next point comes, why are you making the speech? The purpose is, okay, I am I'm appearing for an interview and I have to get selected. If that is the purpose, I have to present maximum of my knowledge. I have to share with them maximum of what I know. If it is a speech that I'm standing upon the dais and I would be assessed on my capability of speaking, then you have to be very particular about uh, your voice modulation, your body language, because that fetches you maximum marks when you're standing upon the dais and speaking upon a particular topic. Reason of your presenting the speech decides your way of presenting. If you're talking to somebody, maybe you have met somebody at party and somebody says, okay, acha, you're doing engineering. Why did you decide becoming an engineer? No, you don't have to play with your body too much there. You don't have to actually sway your hands and move around as you do on dice. So you simply have to answer that question. Okay, yes, I decided to be an engineer because maybe I wanted to design certain new things. I wanted to contribute to the society. Of course, you have to be realistic as well. So see the reason why you are presenting that particular speech. The last W is where. Where? What is the venue where you're presenting the speech? Are you in a soundproof, enclosed boardroom where you're being interviewed? Or you are, again, as I said, standing upon the dais speaking to people, but still in a closed room? You're in the open grounds. So the acoustics around, the conditions around, they have to be considered before deciding how to present your speech. And all these questions lead to one larger question, and that is how. Now, how do you make the best of all these five W's? How do you make the best? How do you understand best who it is, what it is, when it is, why? topic. What is good about it? What is bad about it? Plus points of that particular topic. What are the plus points of social networking? What are the minus points of social networking? And try to end on a positive note. How can it be made useful? How can this topic be useful to society? Contribute? How can your thoughts contribute to society? So all these things can work better if you end your speech, if you conclude your speech on a positive note. I'm not saying it is always possible, but as much as possible, end up on a positive note. Now, as I come to the closure of the session, I'll give you few tips with which you can make your extempore wonderful. First one is less is more. More. That means you don't have to speak at less words mean, so less is more. Start question. Now, normally we have come across people start with very bore beginnings, that we are very predicted beginnings, I would say. Good morning everyone. Okay, good morning one and all. Today I'm here to present my views on the topic. This has become something like very dull. So give it a different beginning. Give it a different beginning. Like today, when I started my session, of course, I greeted everybody, but then I started saying that when I was a student, thought of extempore gave me nervousness. So give it your angle. Give it a realistic angle so that people can relate to it. Nobody should be like, okay, these are all bookish things, not even alive. Giving your angle, making people relate to the examples that you are giving. They should be people, something that people can relate with, something that
Ma'am, can you repeat?
understand. What
Can you repeat?
give your angle?
You are not audible, ma'am.
I'm
Maybe
not
your
audible.
voice is breaking a little bit in between.
Okay. I'll repeat. Okay, as I said, when you are beginning, start with something different. Start with a question, or a simple quote can work, or you can give your angle to what you are speaking. You can share your own experience or some small anecdote will work here. You'll be able to create a wonderful impression when you don't start with dull and random beginnings. Okay, so that is all from my side for this session. Always remember, a slow waking doesn't balance not. So present yourselves properly. If you have any queries, you can question. I'm open for queries here. Who are watching on YouTube, they can put their queries in the chat box. I'll make sure I answer each one of them. No questions? So I consider it done now.
Bhawna ma'am.
Please. Yes, sir.
Hello. I'm audible, ma'am.
Sir,
Hello.
yes, sir, you're audible to me.
Okay, ma'am, can you take some example as an illustration that this is the topic, and
Okay,
this way it
yeah.
can be a 1 minute or 2 minute extempore for that?
Perfect, sir. I'll do that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, guys, let's assume we have a topic, an abstract topic I'll pick up here. Let's say we are given a topic, joy. Joy, joy. Now, this is something that all of us have experienced, but we do not know what to speak about joy. So let's begin with, I feel joyful when I do this thing, when I'm reading a wonderful book. I feel immensely joyful when I read this particular author. Now, joy is that state of mind that brings positivity, that reduces stress, and that makes us feel wonderful. So, when I began this particular topic, I started with an abstract with my personal angle that, okay, I feel joyful when I read a book. Then I said, what is joy? Joy is that level of happiness where you forget other things, a little higher level of happiness, you can say. Then you can talk about how joy is influential in your life, what different things bring you joy, and what are the things that don't bring you joy. And then you can talk about joy is responsible for making you a better person. When you are feeling joyful, you contribute to the society in a wonderful manner. When you are joyful, you become more productive. When you are joyful, you perform better. You are not involved in any negativity, and you feel more helpful towards people. You feel like helping others. You feel like maybe when you feel like singing, you feel like loosening other people's pain. So this way you can pick up a topic and consider it, give it your own angle. Okay, you share any experience of yours that I was in the street and I had my tiffin which I had not finished in the lunch. I found a beggar on the street. The beggar was hungry, so I tiffin to her or him, and the joy that I received after that was beyond words. You can give your own angle to what you are speaking. Okay. I guess we can wind up the session now. Let's stop
Ma'am,
streaming it
one
on YouTube
one
now.
question.
Yes, please.
Hello.
Yes.
Ma'am, how to present the technical topics?
Technical
Can
topics
I
you have
explain it?
to. Yeah. Give me an example. I'll tell you how to do it. Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Wait, I am thinking. Uh,
Okay, we have to talk about mobile
for
networks.
example, 4G, 4G. Yes, yeah, yeah. Any type
Okay,
of network.
fine. 4G. Fine. Any type of. Start with what exactly mobiles are. You can talk about the history that we started with 2G, 3G, and then 4G came. How different 4Gs from other networks, how it has made a difference in our lives. We couldn't have this kind of online sessions because of low speed of networks, data packet on. So how 4G impacted our lives, plus points as well as minus points, because data streaming too much nowadays, lot of networking being used, so it is harmful to human beings also, to other lives also. So that way you can actually pick up the topic, talk about what is it and how it has influenced all of us. If you know a lot about, see, me being a non-technical person, I don't know the depth of 4G, but you being technical, you can talk about different aspects of 4G as well. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, but in the technical, how to start the uh, slides and that session? You want that
See,
top that point.
for extempore, you don't need slides and all. You just have to speak the topic. You are not expected to present your topic through PowerPoint or anything. You have to randomly speak. You can say, okay, receive this call through WhatsApp or through mail. Now the mails are synced in the phones, so I could receive it immediately using a 4G network. And what 4G network is.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, you said that introduction should be unique. Like, good morning is old and boring. So, like, how to start speech with a quote? Can you give me an example?
Yes, of course. See, I said you can use a quote. Let's say you are talking about reading as a hobby. Topic is given to you,
Okay.
reading is losing its charm. Okay. So you start with, As Francis Bacon says, reading makes a man perfect. I would like to share my views upon how reading makes a man a better person. And then you can
I'm
continue
so
with what
glad.
reading is. Yeah.
No greetings.
Greetings can be included, but let it not be a random. See, greetings never go out of trend. So when you say, okay, today we shall, okay, let's discuss about how reading makes a man a better person. So here we are wishing each other a wonderful day. But don't start with only with a bland good morning, good evening, and give it a different twist.
Okay,
And if
thank
you
you.
don't find anything, then good morning is the last option. Then we can't avoid it.
Okay, ma'am, thank you.
Okay. So shall I wind it up
Ma'am,
now?
good morning.
Yes.
Good
Yes,
morning,
please.
ma'am.
Yes.
Very good morning.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Yes.
Whenever there is a speech on soft skill, we
Hmm.
always talk about time management. I am seeing it from my school days. We
Yes.
don't talk about other soft skills like teamwork, habits,
We do.
communication.
See, definitely. So, if you remember that when we were doing our GD session last time, we definitely talked about team management also. It depends upon what aspect of soft skills we are dealing with now. Like today, we are dealing with extempore. So, here, time management matters the most.
Okay, okay.
Shall we wind
Ma'am,
up?
when we are talking about a topic, is it important to
Hmm.
include the negatives also?
You can talk about the negatives, but end on a positive note. If you're
Okay,
given a
ma'am.
negative topic, if you're given pollution, then you have to talk about the negative aspect of it. You cannot avoid it.
Yes, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Queries.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, this is a common question that how to overcome our nervousness while delivering any speech.
See, you, as I said, you have to believe in yourself and you have to practice more. The only thing that fights nervousness is practicing. Giving
Okay,
yourself exposure as
okay. But what for first time when you're gonna delivering any speech for the first time, the
see
nervousness will be
practice
still there.
as I said before going on the dice practice. Take feedback from people. Practice in
Okay,
front of multiple people, maybe your family and friends. Ask them for the feedback. What was looking good and what are the points? What are the aspects where you can improve upon? Take that
okay,
feedback seriously and work upon it.
okay, okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Don't let
Is
yourself
leadership
dishearten with first failure.
Okay.
ma'am,
Yes, sir.
is leadership included in soft skill?
Yes, definitely it is. We are going to talk about leadership also in the coming sessions.
Okay, ma'am.
We are going to talk about team management. We are going to talk about leadership skills both. We'll have separate sessions for each of them. So all from my side now. We'll wind it up.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, ma'am.
All the
Yes,
very
ma'am.
best
Thank you, ma'am.
for your practice session. Bye bye.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
And I'm sure you'll do wonderful in your sessions. But now.
Thank you, ma'am.